can do if you struggle with like mental health issues to better your life just a little bit. One thing I always try to remember is the fact that like there will be days where I will struggle with my mental health issues. Like, for example, I have bipolar disorder, like bipolar 2 to be specific, and I struggle with that a lot. I also have ADHD and I struggle with that too. And the thing is, most of the day, I'm mostly depressed and I struggle with that. Now I'm medicated, like, medication is not gonna work all the time. And what I do basically is like I write myself little notes in my journal or my notes app. I write down certain things. Like, for example, I wrote down a couple of months ago I wrote down for myself that if I become depressed and I can't keep up with my routine, that it's okay that I couldn't, and just take some time off. That's really important. Something I really learned genuinely is when you're struggling and you're have that depressive moments, I would say personally, just be in there a little bit longer. And I know it sounds insane, but I don't know why, but this works for me. Again, this is something that works for me. It might not work for you, but like when I'm like depressed and struggle with things, I usually try to like feel those emotions and I try to validate them. I'm like, it's okay. I'm valid for feeling like that. I'm valid for thinking like that because of past things that have happened. It's not true, but I'm valid for feeling that way. Like, it's good to validate yourself here and there while also keeping in mind, this is not true, but I'm valid for feeling like that. Most of the routine is basically you have to think about your mental health problems and you have to say, you have to remember them constantly. They will show up. No matter how many medications you take, how good life gets, there will be days where it will show up. And you have to be nice to yourself for it. Like, one of the things that made my depressions worse was the fact that I was so unkind to myself. Like, every time I would have depressions, instead of just being like, it's okay, and just like letting myself feel the emotions and being like, I'm valid for feeling like that, but it's not true. Instead of being like that, I would get madder and I would be like, this always happens to me. Life sucks. I can never get better. And I would just get used to that. And it would make it worse. Like, it would take months, sometimes weeks, for me to get out of the depression due to that. So, whatever self-care, whatever your routine you're gonna have, incorporate that. Think about that. Always think about that. Like, always have little letters for yourself. And like, once I get depressed, remember this. You know, I do that and I look at it sometimes and I'm like, oh, it's so cute. Like, I really love it. You might love it too. Like, that person in that moment that's feeling those emotions will really be grateful for you for writing that down. So another thing is, like, always start small. Everything you do, start small. Never rush yourself. Like, for example, in mornings I walk for 30 minutes every morning. Before that, I used to walk outside 5 minutes, and I remember my mother telling me, oh, you need to walk longer, you know, and you know what, I didn't listen, because that was something I needed to do for myself. Like, you know, if I started walking outside for 30 minutes, I would have relapsed and just went back to being depressed and bedwetting all day instead of, you know, trying to better myself. I started with 5-minute walks, and there would be times where I couldn't do it and I would be depressed. There were months that I didn't even do it, and I would get back up again. I started with 5 minutes. I got a little longer, and I started doing 20 minutes and then now 30. I might go out for a little bit more, but right now 30 minutes is just enough for me. Same with workouts. Like, try not to move too fast. Like, start with something really small, like eating healthy. Oh my god. Especially if you're trying to lose weight and you're going into calorie deficit, one thing you need to do is, if you're eating right now, like before you are getting into calorie deficit, like for example, I was eating 2,000 calories, sorry, 2,000 calories. All my meals, I'm not gonna lie to you. And you know how they say, like, for women, if you want to lose weight, it's like 1,400. But like, some girl on the internet gave the advice that not to do that. Instead of like however, like for example, me, 2,000 calories a day I would be eating. Instead of going to automatically 1,400 calories, I would be going like somewhere like 200 and 1. Like, there would be 250 calories, 100 calories. I would go to 2,000 calories a day. That's what I would do. Like, always start small with everything you do. Always also be kind to yourself. Don't ever do anything from a place of self-hate. Like, as soon as you do it from a place of self-hate, it will fall apart. Like, literally, I used to do things out of place of self-hate, and it would always lead to depression, and it would always lead to anxiety. It would always, like, I would always fall apart in it. But on the days where I'm the nicest and I do it from a place of self-love, even losing weight, don't look at your body. Like, just love your body just as it is right now. Like, that's what I'm trying to do. It's hard some days, but I still try to do that. Like, I look into myself in the mirror and say, you know, I'm grateful for my body. Like, I love my body the way it is right now. Like, my body's helping me get up. I can walk, I can talk, I can hear, I can see, you know, I can do a lot of things. You know, be grateful and appreciate your body and love your body just as it is right now. And this is what you do with everything. Working out, going outside, whatever you're trying to do, whatever routine you're trying to achieve, do it out of a place of love, because it will always fall apart the moment you do it out of hate. Like, oh, I hate my body, so I want to change. Oh, I hate. You can still change and love yourself at the same time. Like, self-love is really hard, and I still struggle with it. Honestly, I still have self-esteem issues, but I try my best to love myself. I try my best to like myself. Honestly, liking yourself is really important. Like, we always talk about self-love, but liking yourself is even important, because sometimes you can love yourself and not like yourself, you know? Like, you don't like your body, you don't like the fact that you're always depressed. Like, try to be kind, try to like yourself, like, try to do things for yourself that makes you happy, and don't ever do it from a place of hate. And one thing, always remember that there will be days where you will not be able to keep up with your routine. There will be days where you will not feel like doing it. There will be days where you will be too depressed to get out of bed, to eat, to do anything. And those are the days that it matters the most to be kind to yourself. Because if you're not, it's gonna make the depression a lot longer, and it's gonna take all your progress and you're back to zero. Like, I've had depression moments these couple of past weeks where, you know, negative self-talks. I have right now negative self-talks, and I know I'm gonna be okay. The only thing right now I need to do is be kind to myself, and just let me feel my emotions and validate myself, but tell myself it's okay for me to feel this way. It's okay to have these thoughts come to me, but they're not true. They're not real. Like, oh, if this negative self-talk is basically you're not good enough, and you're like, I've always been made to feel that way, and due to experience it sounds true, but it's not. It's okay for me to feel like this right now, but it's not the truth. I am enough just the way I am. Sometimes being too positive while you're depressed or going through hardships can make it 10 times worse. So whatever routine, whatever you're trying to do in life, just remember to keep in mind your mental health issues. Always remember that, and try to be kind to yourself. You got this.